see if we can get some pieces off of there. That one I hit really hard, but I think you'll see I ended up reducing a major flake off of here. Smash right there. You can see how far in I came. Maybe 1/3 of an inch to not quite a 1/2 an inch. A pretty big chunk I wanted off there because I had this big bulb to deal with. And the fracture went all the way, followed this ridge pretty much. Followed this ridge certainly, and took this whole bulb off here. And it terminated, or the flake ended, with a very, very sharp feather edge. That's what I'm after, because that leaves no problems for me to deal with later. You can see those stress fractures in there as the flake came off. So that was a good flake off. And that potentially has a very nice spearhead in itself. So this isn't just going to be one spearhead like I said before. I want to get maybe 6, 7 spearheads, not to mention the core that'll be in the very center of this thing once I get the edges evened out. So that has a lot of opportunities.
This is one of the spalls we took off, one of the large flakes we took off. It's a big rounded outside edge here. See if we can do some reduction work on this. It's like it has a decent width. A lot of mass to reduce to get it down to 6:1 or 7 or 8:1 width to thickness ratio, but might be 2:1 right now. Here's an example of a piece that we worked on the other day. We've gotten this down to just over 4.5:1. It's a nice preformed biface. Still a lot of issues, but we're going to work on it later and see if we can't refine those edges and remove any of the minor problems that exist with it, and then decide on a final form. Here's another one we worked on earlier, and I've done some pressure flaking work on this. You can see some of the pattern work there. It's not finished, but I'd say it's fairly refined. It's quite thin, gotten it almost to a 6:1 width to thickness ratio. Nice and flat on this surface. Haven't decided on a final form yet. It's the beauty of the preform stage, is you can go a lot of different directions. You can go paleo, you can go meso, or you can go Neolithic, or you can choose something from recent history. Let's see what we can do with this. We're going to have to do a little bit of percussion flaking because it is really thick, and we'll finish it up with some pressure flaking and get it in a good shape. These edges are razor thin, so we'll just take them off, braid them off, and leave ourselves some opportunities. You can see what the braiding does. It takes it from a sharp edge to something that has some usable platforms on it. So we've got this bulb of percussion that dips down, comes back up. We want to thin all this off here. We want to thin this end off here and make this as flat as possible. You can see the stress fractures right along that surface there as it released from the spall the other day. This is a pretty good edge, just like the outside one is. And we've got a little squared section here that we're going to turn, make it sharp, turn that edge, and give ourselves opportunities. So again, thinking of the center line concept, we've got a lot of material on this side of the center line. No matter what direction you look at the center line from, it's a lot of mass over here. So it's going to be a big focus. Pretty good ridge to follow here and here. The problem is well, actually they're pretty close to being right on the center line, so those would go probably. Make this edge a little bit stronger so we can put more impact and allow that impact to carry further into the biface. Obviously, not obviously, but the point of all this is you've got an edge to work on. You can't just remove pieces out of the middle. You've got to deliver a blow from the center of from the edge of the piece and try and get it to at least the center, perhaps beyond. And that's how you thin a flake or thin a piece, as well as eliminate other problems you've created for yourself or natural problems in the stone itself. So you've got a pretty strong edge there now, I think. A good target here. See if we can't deliver something there. Some good force. Not strong enough edge.